crawl into bed. I crawl to bed and my phone rings. I'm like, who's calling me at 4 a.m? Hello, Strombo. Yeah, it's Cruz. Whoa. Did you get my package? All right.
Let's do it.
This is a post.
What's that one?
This is Tom Cruise.
Oh, Tom Cruise!
So when we launched the show, it was really hard to get big Canadian stars on our show. It was really hard to get big Canadian. This is my favorite season of the show. I think one of my favorites.
That chair.
And I still have those chairs.
Do you really?
Nice. I do, yeah.
Nice.
And there were a couple of big name Canadians we wanted who we couldn't get.
Really?
Yeah. And then Tom did the show, and then Tom told them to do it.
Oh, yeah.
So this is where, I won't bore you with the whole story, but this is the day I am convinced that the way this interview went is one of the reasons I'm still alive. It's because I had, so what you can't see here is this arm, this arm here, my right here, my collarbone's broken. So I had a motorcycle crash not that long before, and I was in enormous pain.
Right.
And I did no painkillers because the crash was my fault. And I just said,
I'm going to deal with it.
lean into this, man.
Yeah, right.
Remember this so you don't crash again, right? So I have a broken collarbone here. I'm dealing with post-concussion syndrome in this interview. My leg had been cut up because I had crashed after a show.
George.
Yeah, so the bleeding had stopped for sure.
Okay,
but I was
good.
scabbed. I was scabbed,
Okay.
right? So I was all scabbed here. And before the interview, somebody told Tom, don't, because Tom's intense, don't pull him too hard because he's got a broken bone. So somebody came to me and said, Tom wants to talk to you. I went, all right. So I went around the corner at CBC, and there's like a little alcove. And Tom and I were so close, face to face. And he said, I heard you hurt yourself. And I said, yeah. He said, show me. So I pulled my, you could see the big, and he said, here's mine. And he showed me his.
Yeah.
And then he said, we have to keep you alive. So I'm gonna connect you to somebody. And not that long after, I got a package delivered to my home with a phone number and a note from Tom saying, call this guy. He's going to teach you how to race motorcycles. But I had said to Tom, I don't want to race, because if I race motorcycles, I'm going to hurt myself. He said, no, if you learn to race properly, you'll be a better, safer rider on the street. And so I went down to California. This guy was there. He said, Tom called. We'll take care of you.
Holy shit, what's going through your head at this point?
It's ridiculous. It's not even real. Not even real. And I mean, it'll happen again at some point, but I haven't crashed since.
Nice.
Right? And a lot of the times where I've been in trouble in a motorcycle situation, I have made an adjustment based on the course that Tom hooked me up with.
That's incredible.
That's insane.
So to me, he was an amazing interview. At the end of this interview, he whispers to me, he'd been there for an hour. He said, can I go talk to the audience? And by the way, I think at that point, the only other person who had ever done that was Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins. Tom said, can I go talk to the audience? And I said, you're Tom Cruise, you can do whatever you want. He went and talked to everybody, took pictures. He was so personable. He really knew how to do it. So that was a real life lesson. And then big Canadian celebrities showed up and said, Tom told us to do this interview.
You're kidding.
Open the door.
Fact.
Open the door.
Fact, yeah.
You know what I love about this picture is because both of you have an intense look.
We're pretty intense guys. We're pretty intense guys.
It's like you're looking into each other's soul. Like it's
well,
a
so I
great
have
photo.
a very high expectation of the guests I sit across from.
Yeah.
And what I respect is that Tom has a very high expectation of the person who's talking to him.
Yeah.
So it was two grown-ups right there who, I didn't know him then. Right? I got to know him a little bit afterwards. I didn't know him then. So this is how it's starting. This is how we kind of feel each other out. That was fun though. That was a fun day. That was a big moment.
That's a big, yeah. He saved your life.
I think so. I think
Tom Cruise saved George's life.
So.
And in a year from now, when you're independent and you're riding off into the sunset, you can,
You'll think Tom Cruise.
thank Tom Cruise.
I get the package.
Yeah.
Probably 3 weeks later, because I hadn't called the guy yet, my phone rings at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was out late partying. I got home at 4 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning. I need to go to bed. I'm exhausted. I got to shoot the next day. I crawl into bed. And my phone rings. I'm like, who's calling me at 4 a.m? Hello, Strombo. Yeah, it's Cruz. Whoa. Did you get my package? Did you call the guy? I'm gonna call him. So my manager calls me later and says, the next day he says, so I gave Tom your number because he wanted it. And I said to Tom, you can't call him, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. And Tom looked at me and said, I'm Tom Cruise. But he did it in like a playful way. He was really sweet to me. Yeah, I have a lot of time for him.
Oh,
And
have
I've
you
never met
connected
a
with him
person-
after
Yeah,
this?
yeah, totally. And he was, we had lunch together one day. He was really great. Yeah, Tom's great guy to me.
How rare is it? And you mentioned earlier on, like the thousands and thousands of times you've sat across from people and talked to them. How rare is it for someone on the other end to actually connect with you like a person after the fact?
I'll say that, there's, of course, for some people it never works. It doesn't happen. Sometimes it's because of me. Sometimes it's because of the context. But most people that I sit across from, we have a real human connection. Yeah, most. And if we have connections afterwards, it happens sometimes. I'm a pretty solitary guy, so I'm only really working or not. And when I'm not really out. I'm not like a big party guy anymore. So, but I've had lots of meaningful, connections with some of the people over the years for sure. Yeah.
You don't party anymore? I don't believe it, George.
I still go to shows all the time, but I don't like stay out till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Not
on a
anymore.
Random party. Nah, man. I have a rule called 5 guys.
Okay.
If I get to the room and there aren't 5 guys older than me, I'm in the wrong room. That's it. It's my 5 guys rule. But I'm at that age now where I have to adjust it to 3 guys. So I walk into a party, I'm like, oh shit, like I'm in the top 3 oldest guys here. I gotta leave this room.
You're gonna have only local pubs pretty soon.
Yeah, pretty much. I know.
Yeah.
But that's why music's the only exception.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
music, that's for parties. For music, I still go see live music all the time.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
What's that?
Oh, okay. All right, interesting.
Look at that.
Yeah.
This is before I worked at Hockey Night Canada, I think. There was some kind of kickoff. I don't think it was post-lock. I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
But there was some kickoff, and they wanted me, CBC, to go to Montreal. I knew at this point that the guys in the NHL wanted me to be more involved with hockey, but that was never going to be part of the future in my mind. And I'm such a diehard Montreal Canadiens fan.
Yeah, you are. Still?
Still, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem, for sure. And so that was the show. This was in Montreal, I believe. I think it was. It's got interesting architecture, so it looks like Montreal.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, it could be Montreal. I can't remember. But
So
that
what,
was old school.
given again the idea of like, I want to say no to anything works so I can say yes to life. What made you say yes to that?
Anytime I could get close to the Habs, I would do it.
That's life.
It's life.
Yeah.
I love. There's a couple sports that I really, really like, and I have a lot of memories of watching hockey with my grandfather, the guy I'm named after, and my uncle. So my grandfather was a Leafs fan, my uncle was a Bruins fan. So, and my family kind of cheered against each other rather than together. So I have a lot of memories watching games with people I love who aren't alive anymore. So anytime I can be around a rink like that and I can see that jersey fly by or another jersey fly by, I'm really connected to the men and the women that made me the person that I am.
Yeah.
And so a lot of it is through music and in certain cases, the Habs.
So music was a big part and sports was a big part of your
My
your
uncle
youth.
is an enormous music fan. And so, I was raised by a single mom, and my uncle was the primary male figure in my life. And he had just great taste, great taste in music. And he had a great taste in books and great taste in learning. And he was just open. And so I learned a lot of my curiosity from him, and I learned a lot of my tenacity from my mother. And so music was really crucial.
Yeah.
So we could sit and listen to Bob Dylan or Gordon Lightfoot or John Prine just before the puck would drop, when I was 10 years old. And that's the kind of stuff that I value so much. And I'm so lucky to have had those experiences.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of like crazy people and weird people out there. And I was just lucky that there's some really great men in my life. And I didn't have to have a dad to have, like my grandfather was a great man, and the man my mother ended up marrying, a guy called Lon, great man. My aunt married a guy called Paul, great man. So there were really great men in my neighborhood and in my life that really helped keep me pushing in the right direction, which I mean, and music's a big part of how we all connected.